What is up, guys? Welcome back. This is the Shredded 101 guide. So, easy systems and methods to get you lean as fuck while feeling your best. Why am I creating this guide? To help you guys out, to help you guys get lean so that you feel good whenever you have your shirt off, with whatever you're doing in life. You're just at the place you want to be with your physique, essentially. There's a chance that if you are seeing this, you got this video from a DM, because I also wanted to create this to send to people whenever they ask me questions, just to help them out easier, to give them visuals and give them more insights on how to basically reach their fitness goals. So all I ask is that if this video has helped you in any way, whether while you're watching it or later on you have some success with the things in here, please show some love on the video. All right, it'll help me out. So without further ado, let's let's get into this bitch. Let's go. So who is this for? People that want to look and feel good. Okay, you want to feel nice with your shirt off. You want to be more confident with your body and your physique, and feel good when you step out. All right, people that are ready to make lasting change. You want to learn how to maintain these new results that you're going for and keep this new physique that you earned. People that don't give up easily. If you think this is a quick fix, if you think that this is going to be easy, it's gonna be a couple month process, then you got the wrong thing coming. All right, because this isn't easy. Building an aesthetic physique and getting lean isn't an easy task. Okay, the process is simple, but it's not easy. All right, and people that want to be shredded, obviously, if you want to look nasty, if you want to have a body that speaks for itself, then this is who this is for. Okay, these are some of my clients here. We got Manning, Jay, and Sean. I'll be talking more about them later. So who this isn't for? People that don't care about their health. Okay, I have a picture of Randy here from Trailer Park Boys. If all you want to do is drink beer and you don't care about your health, all you're thinking about is the external motivation. Okay, just having a lean physique for the sake of it. This video isn't for you. Okay, if you have no drive, if you have no real work ethic, if you make excuses, you blame others, and you can't take ownership of your own actions, then this isn't going to work for you. Because every time something gets hard, you're going to come up with an excuse to why you can't do it. If you're one of these people, you might as well just click off of the video. All right, my background. So I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Okay, I'm 26 years old. I've been lifting for over 12 years. I've been a personal trainer. I graduated with my bachelor's in exercise science, certified personal trainer, sports nutrition specialist certification. A lot of the things in this video are literally coming from this book that I've read for this certification. I've read this book front to back, not even joking, like 3 times at least. And I continuously come back to this book to study and freshen up and learn new things. Okay, because every time I read this, there's something new. A new idea connects with me in a different way. And as you can see, I still have my bookmark right here from where I was reviewing. But this book has literally changed my life. A lot of the info is coming from this book itself. 2 years of sports performance coaching. So that's kind of like strength and conditioning, working with high school athletes and college athletes. And 3 years working at Stretch Lab, which is sort of like physical therapy, but like minor level, like mobility, flexibility work. The system that I'm teaching you in this video, I have used multiple times for myself, and this is the system that I use for my clients. So here are just some of my transformations over the years. This is kind of when I started out here at about 150, 160 pounds. That's like in high school. As you can see, my my phone didn't change through here. I'm pretty sure this is the same phone, but this is actually when I did a dirty bulk in high school. I was like 215, as you can see, just eating a lot of food just because. I didn't know any better. I was just eating a shit ton of food. And then essentially this was me in college right here, where my physique wasn't bad, but I actually took this picture because I was just feeling like down bad. Like my mental health was not as good here. I was just in my dorm all the time playing Fortnite. Like I lifted still, but I just wasn't in the best headspace. And then this is about a year and a half after I graduated. I was 170, pretty lean, pretty solid look. And then this is me when I did an experiment just to basically see how many calories I could eat until I started to rapidly increase my body fat percentage. I went up to 207. I wasn't feeling great because my face got really fat, and in this picture I look kind of jacked, but I wasn't feeling good outside of the gym. I was my body fat percentage was a lot higher, So I cut, and then this is essentially where I'm at now, currently at like 180. And it's my best physique, in my opinion, that I've had. These are my personal transformations. Why this system works. Okay, the ultimate sustainable approach. There is no right or wrong answer on what a good diet looks like. So on social media, you might see people saying that you have to do carnivore, low carb, fasting, or the trend kind of right now is to, you know, just eat off of a cutting board and put bloody meat in your videos and make it look like you're a fucking savage, right? All that is bullshit. Okay, a good diet is one that you enjoy. Like, you truly enjoy it. You like eating it every single day. It provides you all the essential nutrients, okay, your vitamins, minerals, fiber, omega-3s, and it's what works for you. That's all that matters, is that it works for you, and it's something that you feel good about and can easily adhere to. Okay, that's the ultimate sustainable approach. So you don't get burned out, or you're like, fuck, I'm not even enjoying the food that I eat. Like, so how's this gonna, you know, work in the long run? Like, I want to, you know, enjoy what I eat and feel good and look good, right? So what I just did here is I threw up some example days from just some like random, like off, weirder days from my diet, and just essentially to show you that, like, there is no right or wrong answer. The unique thing about this day right here is that I actually had some Girl Scout tag-alongs. So I did eat 10 tag-alongs on this day. But the most important thing about this day right here is the nutrition scores. Okay, that's what I'm showing you now. So here's the nutrition scores. This is from the Chronometer app, and I will tell you about this in a little bit and talk about it. The scores, I still had an A rating for the day on my scores. So yeah, there's a couple things that were just a little shoddy. Alright, but overall, this diet, it works for me. I had 10 Girl Scout cookies, okay, but my scores were fine. I was good. I was able to afford to put some calories into some unhealthier foods and still be happy and still hit all of my nutrition scores for the day. So same thing here. This is just like another weirder day. Okay, I had 2 peanut butter sandwiches, a protein shake, and then meat and potatoes at night. There's some kimchi and other stuff that goes into that, but essentially this is what the scores look like. It's simple. Look, just looking at it, you might be like, damn, that's not a lot of food. That doesn't look appetizing for me. And that's fine. That's a normal reaction, but the point of it is it works for me. And I can eat it and I can feel good. And I'm going to show you what a normal day of eating looks like for me in a little bit. But I think you get the point with that. Finding your why. Why do you even want to do this in the first place? Why are you wanting to get cut, get shredded, to put mass on, to change your physique? This is really important. If you're hearing this and you think this step is stupid, then you're basically already showing that you don't care enough and probably don't have what it takes to make serious progress. So just actually think about this for a second before you just fucking click through this shit. Like, if your why doesn't align with who you want to become, then it won't last. This video aligns with the habits of someone who is in shape, who cares about their health, and wants to feel good and look good. If you don't really give a shit about it, it's not going to last in the long run, is essentially what the purpose of this is. Think about how this is going to impact other areas of your life. Okay, cool, you want to be shredded. How's that going to help you in other areas of your life? Okay, why do you want to become this kind of person? Never forget your why, because it's going to be one of your strongest motivators, and it's something that you're going to come back to and think about when this shit gets tough, because you're going to start to weigh out, okay, is this even worth it or not? Okay, your goal. This is the next thing. Now we're getting into it now. So I had to go through and brush some of that shit off. Building muscle mass, cutting, or both. Those are the 3 goals. Okay, cutting. You could be skinny fat, so you're not really big, but you know, you have like a pooch on you. You kind of have like an awkward build. You just essentially want to get rid of that. That's fine. You could be built already and have some mass. You just want to cut and reveal it. Or you could be a really big dude that just needs to start shredding the weight. Or if you want to build mass. So maybe you're skinny, like I said, very, very skinny. You're a hard gainer. You could be skinny fat and you just want to build muscle first. You might not care about having that little extra fluff on you, or you just want to get even bigger. Like, you're built, but you just want to keep getting fucking big. There's nothing wrong with that either. So I'm trying to get you to visualize your goals here, or your goal is both, and I'm going to explain this now. If you are a beginner in the gym, this is when you're going to have your fastest rates of muscle development. Okay, and this is like your first 6 months. Even if you've been like lifting for like a year to 2 years, but you haven't been super consistent, like you've been on and off, you're still like a beginner. okay, because you haven't put enough consistent time in. So you just have to be honest with yourself. You can be skinny fat and shred that fat and build at the same time, especially as a beginner. As long as you are progressively overloading in the gym and you are hitting your protein targets, you can still build mass and lose that fat. Now, if you are a big dude, meaning you have a lot of extra body fat, your body has that huge pool of energy to support your goals of building muscle while you cut. You already have all the calories there and the extra energy required to make sure that you're able to build, as long as you are getting your protein in. So you can cut all that extra fat and build, especially as a bigger dude and especially as a beginner. You do not need to dirty bulk to build mass. And I'm going to talk about this stuff in these upcoming steps. So now you have like a little bit of a visual of like what your goal is. All right, the first step, estimating your total daily energy expenditure. Roughly how many calories you burn daily. So in a couple more slides, I'm going to tell you what to do with this number. So there's two routes for this, and I'm going to go down each route here. But the first route is the tracking method. This is the best method. I recommend everyone to do this. I recommend all my clients to do this, even if they don't want to at first. And this is because once you start tracking your diet, you get an idea of where the gaps are in your nutrition, like your nutritional scores, which is kind of what I hinted at a little bit already. And I'll talk about those more. But if you're not tracking it, you don't know what you are getting in versus what you aren't getting in, how much protein you're getting in, how much protein you aren't getting in. So you could be doing all of the work in the gym, but you're shooting yourself in the foot because this whole time you didn't get your protein in, your electrolytes have been shit, so your energy's been off, your calcium's been low. You're investing all this time into yourself, but if you just plug these simple holes that are in your diet, these little gaps, you're gonna feel a lot better. Your body's gonna be working more efficiently. You're gonna build muscle easier. Your hormones are gonna be set up to function and regulate properly. So everyone should track at least for a couple weeks to get an idea of what they are missing or what they're doing good on already. And ultimately, it's less stressful because you have a clear idea of what's going on. So I'm going to go down the non-tracking method first, and then we're gonna go down the tracking method. I'm just going to get the non-tracking people out of the way so that they can essentially move on. So route 2, non-tracking method. This still works. And they both, as you'll see, use the same equation. So what you're going to do is Google this equation online. It's called the Mifflin-St. Jeor equation. Okay, this is going to come up. You're going to click on it, and you're going to go through and you're going to fill out all these questions. It's going to ask you your sex, weight, height, age, and your activity level. Okay, and the activity level is essentially one that you just pick out of the options, and then it's going to give you this number right here. It's going to tell you your caloric needs. This is just a rough average, okay? And I'm going to talk about this, but this tends to be overestimated, and there's going to be a couple numbers here, and I'll go into what these mean in a little bit. So this is like your estimated amount of calories you burn daily. So the other way, the tracking method. If you download Chronometer, which is what this app is right here, or even MyFitnessPal, they will automatically do this for you. So as you can see, this is my profile, 2,521 calories. It's my BMR, which is just my calories I'm burning at rest, and my baseline activity level. So this is like the activity level that you pick, and it adjusts your number based on what you put in for here. It just takes your BMR and it multiplies it by this activity level number, and it gives you these additional calories. If I were to actually pick this honestly, I would click moderately active, but I know that when I do that, it overestimates what my maintenance calories is. I'm closer to like 2,400 calories for my maintenance, essentially, how many calories I'm actually burning on a day. So yeah, this tends to overestimate a little bit, but as you can see, it's very close. It's close to this one as well. 2,516, 2,521, so it's off by 5. If you're going to be using Chronometer and actually tracking this shit, then you can just let it do it for you. And this is in your settings on Chronometer. You can go look at this. So you estimate your total daily energy expenditure. Okay, you have this number, you have this fresh new number. All right, so estimating your total daily energy expenditure continued. Okay, what are we going to do with this new number that we got from the equation, or we're looking at it in the app? Okay, if we're cutting, we're going to shoot for a 500 calorie deficit. So we're going to subtract 500 from that number that they just gave us, or that we're looking at in the app. if we're building, if we want to just build mass, we're not worried about losing fat right now. We want to stay at that number or add 200 calories to it. Okay, and if we're trying to do both, we're still going to shoot for the 500 calorie deficit. And why? If we're cutting, we want to shoot for a light calorie deficit. Okay, a 500 calorie deficit is going to be enough that you're seeing progress week to week, but it's not going to be steep enough to where it's draining you mentally. Like, you have other stuff going on in your life that you need to have energy for, like work, school, you need to study. You might have a job, a physically demanding job, okay? If you starve yourself of calories, you deprive yourself too much, and you try to go really strict with this, it's going to be a lot tougher mentally to sustain it. And you're going to feel shot, and you're going to be like, man, this sucks. It's going to be hard. And then you're going to be more likely to rubber band and bounce back and forth. Okay, we just want steady progress. We don't want to make this process difficult, but we want it to be smooth. So we're going to shoot for a 500 calorie deficit to start, and I'm going to tell you about how to adjust and assess whether or not it's working. If you are building, just stay at this number that they give you, because you do not need to get super fat and put on a lot of extra fat and dirty bulk in order to put muscle on. Your body can only use so many resources and so much protein towards building muscle mass, and all of the rest of it is going to be converted to fat. If you don't care about being like lean on the way up, you don't care if you dirty bulk and get super big, then you can just add 500 to it. Okay, adding 500 to it is going to put you in plenty enough range. Your body fat percentage is going to go up a lot quicker, and if you don't mind having a chubby face and the other stuff that comes with that, then respect. If you just want to be able to eat whatever you want, then that's cool. But stay at maintenance or a 200 calorie surplus. Okay, it's going to keep you lean on the way up and ensure that you have all the resources to build and grow. Okay, in both, if you are skinny fat or you're a bigger guy and you want to build and lean out, still go for the 500 calorie deficit, because if you go too low, then your body won't have the resources to build the muscle at the same time and have enough calories and energy for all of your daily functions. So you can't go super strict with it and just starve yourself and expect to build muscle at the same time. So this is how you set up the timelines. Okay, 3,500 calories is equal to a pound. So think about this. So remember those numbers that we got. One was a 500 calorie deficit, and one was a 1,000 calorie deficit. So if you look back here at these numbers, you can see that one of these was a 500 calorie deficit and the other one was 1,000. So just keep that in mind here when we talk about this. 3,500 calories is equal to a pound. This is just energy. This much energy is equal to a pound. How do we calculate this? A 500 calorie deficit, 7 days a week, equals 3,500 calories, or 1 pound. That's 1 pound a week of fat loss. Or 1,000 calorie deficit times 7 is 7,000 calories, which would be 2 pounds of fat loss. So for example, if you want to lose 20 pounds and you're at a 500 calorie deficit every day throughout the week, you're going to lose about 1 pound a week, and this should take you 20-ish weeks to do. Okay, so you're not going to be exactly on the money with this. Your number is going to be a little bit off because that calculation that they use tends to overestimate, or it could underestimate a little bit. So you could get there a little bit quicker. Chances are you'll get there a little bit slower than expected. So now you can kind of have a plan. Okay, I want to lose this much weight by this time. This is kind of where I need to be, and stick to it. Okay, you have this new number and this new plan now, so that you have a rough roadmap of how long it's going to take you to reach this said goal. So before we move on, I'm going to talk about all the non-tracking methods for my people that actually don't want to track, and then they can move on with their lives, essentially. But these are still good things to keep in mind for people that do want to track. So avoiding liquid calories. That might sound like weird to say liquid calories, but essentially all that means is you're just avoiding pops, sweet teas, alcohol, or sugared coffees that have a lot of added sugars in them and calories you don't really need that can be put into other areas of your diet that will benefit you more. So instead of having a 300 calorie Starbucks drink that's just full of sugar, you could drink a black coffee that's 0 calories, and those 300 calories could go into some fruits, some vegetables, stuff that's going to make you feel better, give you more nutrients. Same thing with pop. Just drink a diet pop. The non-caloric sweeteners in that stuff is safe. We have the studies to prove it. I'm not going to talk about that in this video. Prioritizing protein. Protein has a higher thermic effect of food, which essentially means that it burns more calories to eat it, digest it, absorb it, and it makes you feel fuller for longer. You're not going to feel like you need to eat as much all the time. So you can eat a large protein meal to start the day, for lunch, for dinner. And this is going to make it easier to build and maintain muscle mass because you need protein to do these things. You have to be hitting a certain threshold every single day of protein, which I will talk about, to make sure that you're able to build and maintain your muscle mass. Ditching junk carbs, ditching junk food in general, and just replacing with fruits and vegetables. That's like the easiest one. Use common sense. Ditch the donuts for breakfast. Ditch the fucking cookies and the candies and all the bullshit you snack on during the day, the chips. Put these into healthier foods. Okay, this bag of chips that I'm eating every single day is 300 calories. Maybe I should eat a banana and some clementines instead. Like, ditch the fucking Doritos and eat some asparagus. Like, just have some common sense with it. If you're trying to take control of your health and actually take care of your body, then use your common sense. You know generally what foods are healthier for you and what foods aren't. The more you do this stuff, the more nutrients that you're gonna have to keep you feeling more energized and healthier. Like, it all compounds. Okay, and get your daily step count up. That's the simplest one. Okay, it's gonna increase your NEAT, which I'll talk about coming up. And it's going to help with your digestion, okay? It'll help reduce bloating as well. So now that the non-tracking methods are out of the way, you have those in your head, the rest of this is going to be catered for the people that are tracking. You can get lean without tracking. It's just going to take time, and you're going to have a harder time knowing if you're doing the right things or not, because you're not going to have the numbers and data to guide you along the way. Now, for my favorite part, this is the funnest part, building your diet. Phase 1. Using your new calorie target, okay, adjusted based on your goal, you are going to build your own diet from scratch. And essentially, you're going to start adding foods into Chronometer or MyFitnessPal, it doesn't matter, and fill it out until you reach your target. So in Chronometer, I'm going to zoom in on this, you have this dashboard on your phone, and it shows your calories, your fats, carbs, protein, your fat, your rough daily energy expenditure. This is that number that they calculated for you. And you're going to just start filling in foods. This is like my normal diet, by the way. This is what the scores look like. This is like generally what I would eat. The only thing here is this cookie is actually a peanut butter sandwich usually. So this total amount of calories is a little bit high. But this is pretty close to what it actually is. But you just start filling in foods until you reach your calorie target and your scores look good. So this is where you get a chance to go into the grocery store, start trying out new fucking foods that you might like, new vegetables, new fruits, try some new recipes, try some different pasta dishes. Remember, this is meant to be something that works for you. So you can try your favorite fitness influencer's diet, but it's not going to be wrong if you don't like it. It's not your fault if you don't like it. It's just what you like. What can you stick to? If you're used to eating shitty fast food your whole life, then yeah, you're going to have to make some adjustments and get used to eating some healthier stuff, but use some common sense with it. If you get these scores looking good, you can, take out the peanut butter sandwich and eat some fucking Skittles that day, and it's not going to hurt you. It's not going to hurt you in the long run. It's going to be okay. How are you going to build this? So I'm going to walk you through the macros. Okay, this is simple, but I'm going to walk you through it now. So macros. Start with your protein because you need it to build muscle or maintain it in the cut. You have to have enough protein in your diet. So it's the most important one. You need at least 0.8 grams per pound of body weight, no matter what your goal is. So you can build and maintain it in the cut, like I said, or even build in the cut. If you want to play safe, just go 1 gram per pound. This will be roughly 25% of protein. So when you look at it on Chronometer, it's going to be roughly 25%. So as you can see, a quarter would be like this right here, this slab. Mine's closer to 30%. So this bar right here. So it's going to be roughly 25%. It can be higher though. There's nothing wrong with getting more protein in, so don't worry about that. Like I said, it has a higher thermic effect of food. It's going to make you feel fuller for longer. It's okay to get more protein in. Carbs are important. Your body runs on glucose. Your muscles and liver require glycogen to function. If you want to have good workouts, your muscles need glycogen. Okay, that's how you create energy. So don't be afraid of getting carbs in. Start with quality, meaning start with healthy carbs that are going to get your scores up and looking good like this. Okay, berries, fruits, vegetables. You can't go wrong with potatoes. Okay, you can't go wrong with potatoes. Broccoli. Just, figure it out. Start getting a couple staples in there that you like and that you can go to routinely and switch it up so that you have options. After the scores are good, you can have fun with it. You can start, maybe one day you skip your normal meal and you go get tacos with your brother. Or you order a pizza one day, you have a couple slices of pizza instead of the usual meat and potatoes thing that you do, like I do. Okay, and your scores will generally be pretty good. They won't take too much of a hit. As long as, your calories are strapped up right and your scores are high, you're going to be on target towards your goal. This is how I stay lean all year round. It's sustainable. I feel good. I look good. Like, my body's healthy. I can eat whatever the fuck I want because I know how to manipulate it. I know how to run the system. I know how to take care of my body. So for the guys that are hard gainers, okay, that are skinny, they're very lean, they struggle to put on size, just make it easy to get your carbs in. This is where, like, you can just eat fucking cereals that taste really good, that are super easy to eat, and, like, just make it fun. You don't have to make it, like, hard on yourself. Like, if you're struggling to even just get the calories in, don't worry about the quality as much. Because when you're eating fruits and vegetables, they have more volume to them, and they aren't as calorie dense. So they make you feel fuller, and it makes it harder for you to get more calories in throughout the day. Whereas you can probably pound a bowl of Reese's Puffs and get those carbohydrates in so that your glycogen stores are full, your body has enough energy to start building muscle now, and your protein can just do its job. So don't be scared of carbs. Okay, one of my newer clients, struggling to get his calories in, I told him to just eat a big ass bowl of cereal before he goes to bed. Now he's getting enough calories in, his protein is doing its job. He wasn't struggling to get protein in, just the total amount of calories, and now he's making fucking gains. He's getting jacked. Okay, so don't be scared of that. Do not skip fats. Don't be afraid of fats. Okay, fats are required for proper hormone function, regulation, and to build muscle efficiently. Don't skip this shit. Okay, if you want, like, low test and you want your hormones to be all fucked up and you want to be feeling off and weird, then skip fats. But you don't want that. So cook with olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil is good too. Okay, nuts, avocados, egg yolk. Egg yolk it's like a multivitamin. Don't skip the egg yolk. Milk, fatty fish, yogurt. Okay, get creative with it. There's more options than that, but omega-3s are important too. I will discuss these in a bit. This is like the foundations of your diet. Okay, build something fucking solid that's unique to you that you can stick to, and then you'll be set. Okay, so building your diet, phase 1. Probiotics, prebiotics, and fiber. This is another pillar of your diet that is important. Do not skip this. This is something you need to think about. This is going to help you feel good and boost your mood and help your body out a lot. So what are they and why do they matter? Probiotics are healthy bacteria that thrive off foods or sugars in your drinks. Okay, when you eat them, they literally colonize in your gut and they live there. This is healthy, good bacteria. So why is this a good thing? I'm gonna take you through this. They create a stronger immune system. There's mood boosting potential there. They help with digestion, bloating, and they yield more nutrients. These things are literally working in your gut, and they have hella functions, and they help you out so much. They compete with the bad bacteria that fuck you up. So you want to keep a good amount of strong, healthy bacteria in your body. So these are just some ways to get them in with the benefits, okay? So the varieties, kimchi, kraut, you can buy these at the store, okay? They're in like the refrigerated section by the produce. You just throw these essentially on your food, like on your meals at night or whatever. This kraut, it's sauerkraut, but it has like it's very crisp, it's fresh, it tastes really good. The kimchi is like spicy. There's like cabbage in it, peppers. It adds really good flavor to your foods, tastes good, but it has the healthy bacteria in there. and you just want to get some of these in throughout the week. So some things that you can drink are kombucha, which is just like tea, and depending on the fruit that was used, it'll have that flavor. Or kefir, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's just milk with the probiotics in there. And then yogurt. Yogurt has the bacteria in there as well. So literally, if you look at the back on the ingredients, it'll say live cultures. And that's how you know if it has probiotics in it or not. And it'll tell you what is in there. Live cultures, and it lists them out. So I just made this shit bigger so you guys could read this, okay? It's gonna help with your digestion, reduce inflammation, keep a strong balance of the healthy bacteria over the bad bacteria. It's gonna make your gut stronger, essentially. It's gonna help with digestion, to reduce bloating, and there's mood boosting potential here with the dopamine and the serotonin production, and it's gonna possibly protect you from like the mental fatigue, the stress, and those type of things. Okay, serotonin production. This isn't like some voodoo shit. This is like important stuff to make sure that you are getting these in. If you're only used to eating shitty quality foods, chances are your gut health is fucked up and you're not getting any of these benefits. All right, so those are probiotics. Prebiotics, what are those? Okay, this is what the bacteria consumes for energy, and it's non-digestible stuff for us. So essentially, this is the stuff that is in the fruits and vegetables that our body can't digest. But the bacteria, they can eat that shit, use it for energy, and in turn, it's going to produce more nutrients for us as a byproduct. And it's going to keep the bacteria strong so that they can function and give us all those fucking cool benefits that I just talked about. So if you're eating fruits, vegetables, whole grains, you're going to be getting this stuff in without thinking about it. But I just threw this chart up here of the simple ones so that you can have an idea of like, oh, okay, I actually, get those in, or I don't. And you can make some simple fucking swaps and start setting yourself up better. Okay, fiber. Do not sleep on fiber. Fiber isn't just so you can poop easier. Okay, that's like the thing people think about. I don't have a trouble going to the restroom every single day. I go to the restroom. I don't care about fiber. That is not the only reason why you should be getting fiber in. Okay, it makes you feel fuller for longer. It keeps your blood sugar under control so you don't have those spikes and crashes, because it makes it so your digestion is slower, more controlled. It coats your food in like a gel when it's being digested, so it's slower, it takes longer. It makes it so that you have a slower, more sustained release of sugar into your bloodstream when food's being digested. It improves your cholesterol levels because it messes with the absorption of your bad cholesterol, the LDLs. As a result, it's going to help with the weight loss, and some of it is going to feed that bacteria as well. So these are just the types of fiber. Okay, it doesn't really matter that you know that, but I just wanted to show you this. They each kind of have different functions of themselves. Here's all of the benefits of fiber. So it's not just some bullshit that people just say on social media. There's hella benefits to fiber. Just make sure you get them in. I always push my clients to get at least minimum 20 grams in, but you should be getting at least 30 to 40 grams in. Like, it should be a non-negotiable. And that's why I love peanut butter sandwiches, because I'm easily getting fiber in consistently throughout the day with that. So it's going to slow your digestion of carbs, increase your satiety, make you feel fuller for longer, help with your weight loss, mess with the bad cholesterol so it keeps your LDLs lower. Okay, so it will help with the digestive health and the regularity of that, but it's going to feed the good, the healthy bacteria in your gut. Ultimately, as a result, support the mood boosting benefits of having those good colonies of bacteria in your body. So get your fiber in. Okay. Supplements. I am going to be talking about supplements, the essentials. What you really need versus what you might want. Okay, there's no right or wrong answers when it comes to supplements. They are supplemental. They can help you. They are not a magic fix-all, solve-all. I get in my DMs all the time, bro, what supplements do you take, bro? I want to be just like you. Supplements are not going to turn you into a fucking beast. Okay, they can help though. You could take no supplements and look really good. I mean, it's not that complicated. Like, they will help, they'll boost your scores, but you do not need them. But these are the ones I generally recommend, and here's why. So a multivitamin. It will cover your tracks on nutrients you aren't getting in regularly. It can help you out. They're not expensive, and it's easy to boost your nutrition scores. So I just threw up this screenshot. This is the amount of nutrition in the multivitamin alone. So if I go into Chronometer and I just put my multivitamin in here, This is what I'm getting from that multivitamin alone. About 24% of my daily targets just by swallowing 2 gummies in the morning. So if you want to argue with that, I don't even know how you can, because the scores are right there. Okay, these supplements are going to boost your scores where your scores are tend to naturally be shitty. If you're not getting your vitamin C in, okay, this multivitamin is going to cover that. There's going to be the person that's like, oh, you should just get it in through your food or your diet's ass. Honestly, you should be getting most of it in through your food, okay? But these supplements can help. And then if you want to be a little lax with your diet on some days and you grab a fucking ice cream, you eat some candy in the movie theater, instead of eating your usual fruit that you eat during the day to keep you on the same calorie target, these supplements are going to boost your nutrition and make it so you can stay on track towards your goals, but still have the flexibility of having fun with your diet and just enjoying life. So just take a multivitamin. It's going to boost your scores, and ultimately, whether you're feeling it or not, it's going to be helping to some degree. Okay, creatine. It will make you stronger and put on lean mass faster. It's a fact. It's not like steroids. So if you're thinking like, oh, all I need to take is creatine, I'm going to become fucking huge. It's like a minor increase that compounds over a long period of time. And there's cognitive benefits too that come with it, like increased focus and mood. There's hella studies on creatine. It's probably the most studied supplement out there. So definitely take creatine, 5 grams a day, creatine monohydrate, just the basic stuff. All right, protein powder, high quality source of protein, and it's convenient. There's a lot of bullshit going around on social media right now about protein powder and not being real food, but protein powder has the highest quality protein score that you can have. It has a perfect score. It has all the essential amino acids. It's very digestible and absorbable, so your body can use those amino acids and build. It's literally an animal product, and it's a byproduct of making cheese. So it's real food, it's fucking convenient, and it tastes good. If you need to get some protein powder to make it more convenient, then do it. If you don't have a problem cooking meat all the time and getting it in that way, that's fine too, but you know, you can throw a protein shake in your day and get easily 60 grams of protein with 2 scoops of protein and some milk in there. And boom, your protein's boosted. It took you 5 minutes to make that shake, not 30 minutes to cook a full course meal with meat, potatoes, and your sides. So omega-3s, I hinted at these earlier. These are the anti-inflammatory fatty acids. Okay, there's some other shit going around about seed oils, which are omega-6s. These are omega-3s. Okay, you shouldn't be afraid of seed oils, but I'm not going to go into that in this video. But these balance out with the omega-6s. If you eat fatty fish, you will get these in naturally, but if not, you should be supplementing these, because most people don't get enough of these in. Just supplement them, just take them, okay? ALA is an omega-3, but ALA converts into EPA and DHA, and it does not do it well. So you want to get EPA and DHA. Make sure it says that on the back when you buy a fish oil. I've literally put right here what an example would look like. Fish oil, bam, it says 720 milligrams of omega-3s, and then omega-3 EPA and DHA 600 milligrams. This is good. This is what it should say. If it doesn't say something like this on the back, it's a low quality fish oil. Just don't fucking buy it. Pre-workout and caffeine. This one is kind of self-explanatory. If it takes you some fucking pre-workout and caffeine to get up in the gym and help you hit your goals, then good. Then do it. Like, just, it's better to take it and be up in there and helping with your consistency versus not taking it and then not showing up and not hitting your goals. I personally don't take caffeine anymore. I don't drink caffeine anymore. Been off caffeine for like 3 months now, almost. Probably like 3 months. And here and there I'll have like a Coke or something, but I don't take caffeine to go to the gym anymore. I'm not going to go into that in this video, but I take a non-stim pre-workout. And there is stuff in non-stim pre-workout that gives you the mental focus. It gives you the pump, make you feel alert, and actually benefit you. It's not just a placebo. So I do take non-stim pre-workout. I've drank pre-workout my whole life. Ever since I started lifting, I probably won't ever stop. Anything you need can be supplemented if there is a good reason for it. Extra does not always mean necessarily better either. It's just like with protein. Like, after a certain point, all of these vitamins and minerals, your body has no reason for them after you hit a certain threshold. So if your scores are green and they're looking good, you don't need to supplement more with them. But for example, one of my new clients, he wasn't getting his calcium scores high, and it was like the most consistent thing that was low. So we started supplementing with a calcium citrate supplement, and he just takes it throughout the day, and his calcium score is good now. Just kind of look where the gap is, and if you have to supplement it, you can. Assessments and adjustments weekly. This is phase 2. So you start implementing this new diet, you're sticking to it 80% of the time. Because if you're not fucking sticking to it 80% of the time, you can't blame the diet for not working. The trend line over time should be, okay, I'm sticking to this new number. If this calorie target is appropriate, I should be seeing a trend with my weight over a long period of time, even if there is some ups and downs with my weight, because I'm sticking to it most of the time. So that's why the 80% rule works. But like if you have a day here and there where you go, you know, high above it and it's kind of rare, generally you should be seeing a trend in the right direction. But you should be sticking to this diet most of the time. You need to weigh in once a week, only once a week. Do not be one of those people that checks it every day hoping for like, oh, is it going down? Is it working? Is it working? Because you're going to drive yourself insane, and then that's where you're going to develop a bad relationship with your fitness. Okay, and even saying that sounds weird, a relationship with your fitness, but you don't want to build a bad stigmatism, or like you don't want to build bad thoughts around what you're trying to do, because this is trying to bring benefit to your life, not to cause you stress. I've had clients where they'll check it every single day hoping for it to magically change, when really day to day it's going to fluctuate with your water weight. If you eat food and you haven't used the restroom yet, just give it a week. You should be weighing in once a week, in the morning, after you use the restroom, before you eat. That's going to be your most consistent measurement in your shorts. After a couple weeks, you'll have a good idea if the calorie target is right or not for your goals. Then you can reassess. So I'm going to take you into some of my clients' examples here. So this is Jay. He lost 30 pounds. Okay, as you can see, bigger dude, slimmer, good looking dude. Okay, his face is a lot more defined. He's looking slimmer. And yeah, he plays pickleball, but as you can see right here, he was heavier. We started together around this 230-ish mark, and we set this calorie target, and as you can see, he just stuck to it, and he just melted his fat away. Okay, almost all the way down to 200 pounds. And then I gave him a diet break, and then he started maintaining at about 210. And he's a runner, he's doing marathons, half marathons, he's doing like fucking everything under the sun basically now. But all you have to do, each one of these dots represents the weekly weigh-in. He didn't get crazy, he wasn't doing it every day, he was just checking it once a week, and we were seeing a little drop, little drop, little drop. All right, we're doing good, we're doing good. So that's all you have to do. If you're sticking to it and the number is just staying the same, then your deficit isn't low enough. You have to just cut it down like 200 to 300 more calories. But if it's staying the same and you're not losing roughly a pound a week, then just drop it 500, and then you'll know you'll be in a deficit at that point. Granted, all the other variables are the same. So I'll be talking about like cardio and stuff coming up. So my client Sean, he was sort of in the opposite shoes. We wanted to build mass. Our goal was to build mass, but not get like really fat. So as you can see, he sized up. When he first started with me, he was like mid 170s. And initially we were putting on size pretty like way too fast, as you can see by this rapid growth here. And most of this was coming from fat. And he wanted to lean back out a little bit before he went on to a vacation trip. So we did that. We went into a mini cut. And then after this mini cut, we're like, okay, we're going to be smoother about this and slowly build back up. And essentially that's what we did, almost all the way up to 190 pounds. And now he's back into his cutting phase to lean out for this summer. You can see his arms got a lot bigger, his chest got bigger, his back got bigger, his legs got bigger. Overall, just put on lean tissue. You can't force muscle growth just by eating extra food and just saying like, okay, if I'm lifting 7 days a week going hard as fuck, as long as I'm eating a shit ton of food and I'm going to sleep, it's automatically going to turn into more muscle mass. That is not how it works. like you got the wrong idea. But you might even hear that and not believe me, because I used to think the same way when I was younger, and you have a lot to learn. So I'm not going to go into the in-depth parts of muscle building, the physiology, and how the stimulus works and how much you can realistically grow at a time and that kind of shit. But just get your protein in. You don't need to overdo it. You will grow. Give it time. This is a good trend line for if you're trying to build. So essentially, if you're not seeing the number go up, add a couple hundred more calories. If it's going straight across, you're basically eating at maintenance for the most part, and throw another scoop of protein in there. Throw an extra banana in there. Okay, then that line will probably start to head up in the direction that you want to see it. Don't overcomplicate it. The numbers are here to make this less stressful for you and to give you some real data and feedback. But this is what I do as a coach to I just give my clients the numbers and the targets to hit, and they just hit them. And as a result, they just have to show up, they fucking work, and they make progress. That's what real coaching is. So that's Sean's transformation there. He's looking pretty solid now. He's in his cut phase. We're going to cover booze and sloppy weekends now. All right, do not shoot yourself in the foot. You can drink and lose weight. Calories in versus calories out still applies. The alcohol will just be metabolized first, but if you're still in a deficit, you're still in a deficit. But when you get drunk, your habits go to shit. We know that. So I'm going to explain this scenario in a very simple way so you can get an idea on why your habits could be slipping. I went through this with one of my friends actually when I first started coaching. He was working with me, and this is essentially what was happening to him. So let's say you have this target and you're at a 500 calorie deficit. You know it's a for sure deficit, and you're in that Monday. Okay, your total net balance goes to negative 500 calories. You stick to it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That deficit adds up to a negative 2,000 calories throughout the week. That's good. You're getting close to a pound, because we know a pound is 3,500 calories, right? So that's awesome. You're making good progress. You put in some work throughout the week. Friday comes, you go to your friend's house. You know you guys are going to be going out for the weekend. You stuck to your diet most of the day, but at night, you're at your friend's house now. He wants to go on that late night Swenson's run. So you eat that extra burger. That offsets that 500 calorie deficit, and now you're just at zero for the day. Okay. No harm. You're still at a solid spot for the week so far. No big deal, right? Saturday comes. Saturday, you don't have any of your food with you that you normally eat. You do a Chipotle run. You eat some extra snacks throughout the day. You start piling on some drinks. You get 5 to 7 drinks. Now you're way over your maintenance. Now you're actually at 1,000 plus surplus for the day. Essentially now you just wiped out 1,000 calories of that deficit, and now your total net balance is a negative 1,000 calories, which for the whole week is just, it's progress, but it's very slow progress. This is like almost a third of a pound. This would make it take forever for you to actually make progress in the long run. So, okay, whatever. That's Saturday. You had fun. Cool. Sunday comes. You don't feel like cooking. You feel like shit. You're hungover. You're sorry for yourself. Now you order the extra large pizza. You grab the McDonald's in the morning. You have a fucking Sprite. You go over your maintenance again because you don't feel motivated. You don't feel good. And you just wiped that whole deficit out that you worked so hard for through the week. And you just spun your wheels. Just in time for you to restart and do it again. So someone might say, oh, what if I just go into a heavier deficit throughout the week? Well, now you're just making it mentally tougher for you throughout the week so that you can sacrifice to have some like fun on the weekends. So you can do it, but you have to be realistic about your goals and what you're trying to do and what you're trying to get out of this. Don't put in all this hard fucking work throughout the week and then piss it away on the weekends if you're trying to cut and make a change for yourself and be like, oh, this isn't working. Well, yeah, it's not working because your habits aren't prioritized right. So you have to think about this shit. Don't shoot yourself in the foot. Cardio. I hinted at this earlier. How much should you be doing? The simple rule is it is easier to eat calories than it is to burn them. Hear me out. So when someone hears that, they might think, oh, that sounds like an eating disorder. That's eating disorder talk. No. It's just factual. So just think about this. I could eat a pint of Ben & Jerry's ice cream in about 15 minutes. I love ice cream. I eat ice cream on average once a week. Whether it's a pint, it's an ice cream cone, a blizzard, whatever. Okay, I just get it. I like ice cream. I enjoy it. I fit it into my diet and I stay, looking good. It would take me 15 minutes to eat that pint of Ben & Jerry's, roughly 1,200 calories. But if I were to try to burn that off, it would take me at least 3 hours minimum to burn that off with cardio, which is going to take a lot of energy. It's going to make me tired, and it's going to take 3 hours out of my day when I could be working, doing other stuff to help me out progress in life. Just spend time with family and friends. Like, it's just so much easier to just not do that to yourself if you are trying to cut and get in shape. Once you're in shape, you can, figure out and play around with the Ben & Jerry's, the ice cream, and this stuff. But get some control down first. Get your habits in check, and then worry about doing this stuff regularly. So just think about it. Use some common sense. Cardio should be done for the right reasons, not the wrong ones. The right reasons are here. To improve your cardiovascular health, your respiratory health, your lungs, your breathing, to make your heart strong so that when you're working out, it can pump blood to those working muscles while you're lifting, oxygen, so you can keep working out and have good performance. The wrong reasons are, oh, I need to burn more calories. I got to work off all that food that I ate. No, that's wrong, because it's hard as fuck to do that. That's why I just explained that. Doing cardio for calorie burn is not efficient. Just eating less is more efficient. That's the point of what I'm trying to get across here. You don't need to be eating 3,000 to 4,000 calories if you're trying to lose weight and lean out and try to do 4 hours of cardio on top of that. You eat 2,000 to 2,500 calories, your body's going to lean out a lot faster. Yes, you should still be doing cardio. I do 60 to 80 minutes of cardio a week. It's typically just walking incline on the treadmill, but I get it in. I still do it. But that's cardio. Don't make this process harder on yourself than it has to be. Set yourself up to make this sustainable and efficient. Okay, adaptive thermogenesis and a myth. Is your metabolism broken? No, okay, but your metabolism does change for multiple reasons, and I'm going to explain this so you can get a simple idea of how this works. So this is the breakdown of your total daily energy expenditure, which is what we estimated early on in the video. This is what goes into that. Your BMR, your resting energy expenditure. This takes into account your age, your weight, your height, male or female, how much lean mass you have. The more lean muscle you have, the more your body has to work to maintain that lean mass. Or even if you're just bigger in general, the more your body has to work to carry that around. But lean mass burns more calories at rest than fat does. So that's why building muscle will increase your metabolism. That's why it's important. Non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Just getting your steps up, taking longer walking routes, just taking a walk outside. Non-exercise activity thermogenesis. It's not really planned exercise. Thermic effective food. This is breaking down food. This is eating it, the breakdown, the digestion, the absorption, those kinds of processes. Protein has the highest thermic effective food. And then at the top is the exercise activity thermogenesis. Lifting weights, doing the cardio. Now, if you're like a marathon runner, like a heavy cardio runner, like long distance, this is going to be a little bit higher, obviously. But your BMR is the main chunk of your energy breakdown. So here's the couple scenarios as to why your metabolism can slow down. As you become old and sedentary, you lose muscle mass. You're slowing down. Okay, you get busy, you have kids, you have other stuff, you start prioritizing, and you don't take care of your health, you lose muscle mass, you slow down. Essentially, most of these scores just shrink. So just picture this bar being down by like 30%, because all of these things kind of just shrink down. So if you do extreme amounts of cardio, essentially all of these scores will compensate by shrinking, so that when you aren't exercising, you are fidgeting less, you're moving around less. Your body will subconsciously set you up to offset the extreme amounts of cardio. So I'm just going to show you this here. This is for people that are doing like hours and hours and hours. Your body tries to balance this out by reducing the energy burn by NEAT, which is like the subconscious fidgeting, chewing gum, moving around at your desk, that kind of stuff. Decreases your resting metabolic rate. Okay, it'll lower your hormones, mess with your energy and your drive. So this stuff will naturally make you want to eat more food, and it'll make you slow down, and it'll make you feel off. Your energy levels will get out of whack. So that's pretty much the long-term issue with doing heavy amounts of cardio, and also starving yourself too much as well. So that's why we want to create sustainable results, sustainable progress. Don't take the deficit too heavy. Something I do with my clients, like I mentioned with Jay, is a refeed or a diet break. After you diet for a long time, your metabolism has adjusted. You initiate a refeed to get the body used to taking in more calories. It's a mental break. You feel a lot more energized. You have more fuel, and your metabolism kind of readjusts slightly. And then you can slingshot that back into another cut if you want. So those are just some things to think about with the high amounts of cardio. So the last thing I want to talk about is starvation mode, okay? I haven't actually been hearing about this a lot as of late. I think people are becoming more educated and realizing this isn't really true, but your body does not go into starvation mode. Now, like I said, it can shift some of these scores to kind of compensate if you aren't getting a lot of fuel in, but ultimately it still comes down to calories in versus calories out. Your total daily energy expenditure isn't going to disappear. It's still going to be a certain number no matter what, and if you are in a deficit, your body will burn fat to meet those energy needs. So the classic example is the people that go on to those survival shows like Naked and Afraid, Alone, Survivor, whatever. And They get onto the islands, and most of them are ass at hunting, cooking, building fires, and they don't really eat that well. So essentially their body just gets the energy from their fat. And when they show their before and afters, it's like Jim lost 20 pounds over the course of 2 months, or Carrie lost 14 pounds and made it this many weeks. It's because they can't cook for shit, and their body has to get that energy from somewhere, and it just burns the fat and some muscle too, because when you're starving, your body will kind of balance the act of saving some body fat so you can still have some hormone function and stuff like that, and use a little bit of the muscle mass that you might not need as much. So your body's pretty good at being efficient. So starvation mode is not real. Ignore that bullshit. Just a couple things to think about, all right? Things to remember. Trust the process. This isn't supposed to be like a quick, fast fix. It takes time. The adjustments within your diet take time. The longer you stick to it, the more experience you build in all of this stuff. This is like a skill. The more you use it, the more you build experience, the easier it's going to become. The more you learn about yourself, it will get more efficient and more efficient and more efficient. You might struggle with the chronometer a little bit at first, but there's a lot of ways, tips and tricks to make it faster. It should only take like 5 minutes a day to log this stuff at the max. Just trust the process. You know you have a goal set for yourself. Give it time to develop, to start seeing the progress, to make the adjustments. Give yourself some grace when things get tough or you're not seeing the results at first. Just know you will get there, because it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. Like, you know you will get there. You just got to keep investing time into it and just give it time to develop so you can reach that goal that you desire. You can't buy a physique. It's earned. Like, a physique is earned. Whenever people see someone that's in shape, there's automatically a level of respect for that person. You know, when you see someone in shape, they didn't buy that physique. Like, they earned it. They had to invest time into their self to build it, to have the discipline, stick to the diet, stick to the hours invested into the gym to build that muscle mass. I've been to some music festivals in my time, and anytime my shirt's off and I'm walking around, like, people notice it. It's just a thing. It's just a fact. Like, it's just a, damn, that guy's in shape. He takes care of himself. He looks good. Like, it's awesome. It's a cool thing. It speaks about you without you having to speak about yourself. Before someone even gets a first impression of you and they see you, it already is speaking about you. Wow, that guy's in shape. I know he takes care of himself. He works hard. He has discipline. You can't buy that shit. It's earned. You have to earn it. So just remember that as you go into this process, it is earned. It is not going to be easy, but ultimately, it will have a positive impact on your life. If you thought about your why and how this is going to have a good impact on your life and you stick through it, it will be worth it in the end. You fucking got this shit. Now, some of you have watched this video and you're just going to run with this and make progress, but some of you just want to fucking lock in and make it happen for sure. If you're still watching this and you still want help, you're ready to work, you want accountability, you want the structure to ensure you will make progress as fast as you can, this is my coaching program. Getting into the best shape of your life, physically and mentally. What is included? Hey, it's a full fitness routine. It covers everything. It's multifaceted. If you stick to it, you will get results. If you work, the program works. So the nutrition part, we just talked about that. All right, the sustainable approach to diet. Using Chronometer will make sure your diet consists of foods you like while also implementing strategic choices that will support your goals of muscle building or weight loss. Okay, these are progressive adjustments. I'm helping you with the implementation and the accountability and setting the targets for you that you just have to stick to. And if you stick to them, you will get to your goals. Okay, the exercise portion. We did not talk about that at all in this video. That was on purpose. All right, this is not just some Trainerize app cookie cutter program that I send everybody. I do not use Trainerize or Kahunas or whatever the apps are nowadays. I create you a full routine from scratch. And every single week, I'm adjusting it for you. I'm going in there and adjusting the weights, the sets, the reps, the exercises if needed. It's fully personalized to you. Designed with your ideal physique in mind, based upon what you want to develop, what you want your physique to look like. Okay, and it's shared between you and me, so I can see that you're doing it. It includes your weekly exercises, your recovery tracking, your cardio, and possible weekly challenges. And this is updated weekly. All right, the mental portion. You get a personal dashboard that keeps you on track towards your goals inside and outside of the gym. All right, stay on top of daily habits, your personal to-do list, and tasks assigned by me, because I will be giving you homework. All right, this is filled with the tools you need to succeed and additional resources. Each of these uses a different app, but I'm not talking about the apps that I use for these because I don't want fucking other coaches trying to steal my sauce. So I only talked about the chronometer in this video. All three of these pillars together encompass the full fitness routine. Okay, feeling your best, looking your best, being optimized to hit all of your goals in your life. Not just your fitness, physique goals, but also other things that you set out for yourself to create the life that you want, the ideal life. I fully equipped you to take on whatever goals you set out for yourself, to push those boundaries. All right, and you get the direct line to me. This is real coaching. You get my personal phone number, so you can text me at any time with comments, concerns, questions. I will be checking in on you regularly. Throughout the week, I will look into your program, okay, your workout sheet, chronometer, your personal dashboard to see if you are doing the things that you should be doing. If you're doing the assignments I give you, if you're sticking to the targets on chronometer, if you're actually hitting the exercises in the gym, how those are feeling for you. I stay fully aligned with your goals, and I'm there to fully support you every step of the way. All right, and I do offer live call availability, so if you want to hop on a call and talk to me about stuff. Every single week, I'm going to send you a personalized video that is a screen share of my computer. All right, this is where I'll break down your program. All three parts of your program, your exercise, your nutrition, and your mental. Okay, this is where I'm going to talk about weekly adjustments, possibly form feedback, things we're doing right, things we need to change or improve on. Maybe I'll address some comments or concerns you left on this sheet. And this just makes sure that we're on the same page from week to week. And you are getting real coaching. This is delivered to your dashboard. Every single week, you get a fresh video from me. I go into your workout sheet every single week and adjust the reps, the weight, the sets, possibly the exercises. And inside the video that I send you, I break down and explain to you and teach to you how you are making progress, how you are getting closer to your goals of muscle building, weight loss, whatever your goals are. A good coach is gonna fucking teach you all this shit so that you don't need a coach anymore. So you will refer people to that coach. That's how a real coach operates. It's not some vague shit where they send you a cookie cutter program and tell you good luck and barely have communication with you. A real coach is going to teach you. They're going to be there to support you as much as they can. They're going to get you to thrive and be self-sustaining on your own, so you don't need a coach anymore. So they need to teach you how to do that and get you to be disciplined and maintain consistency. If you're interested in that, just click the Calendly link below, go in there, book a time to talk to me, and we'll figure it out. Or just shoot me a message on Instagram if you have any more questions. If you found this video useful and you got some help out of this shit, please just leave a like or a comment. It means a lot to me. I put a lot of fucking time into this, and I'm just trying to help you guys out. Okay? I know if I help you guys out and take care of you guys in turn will take care of me back. So with that being said, thanks for watching the video. Get yours. All right, get fucking lean, get shredded, get that physique that you want. Till the next video, peace.